Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to be pulling back the curtain on a treatment that so many of us have thought about, but maybe don't fully understand, the professional acne facial. We're going to break down exactly what goes on in that treatment room, why it works, and who it's really for. So let's just dive right in. So you've probably asked yourself this, right? You walk into the spa or the esthetician's office, but what are all those lotions, machines, and steps actually doing for your skin? Well, today we're going to connect all the dots, linking the actual science of a breakout to the specific steps and ingredients that make these facials so incredibly effective. Okay, first things first. Before we can even talk about the solution, we've got to understand the problem. So before we get into the facial itself, let's do a super quick rundown of the science behind why we get acne in the first place. I want you to think of a pimple as having a four-part recipe for disaster. First, your glands go into overdrive and produce way too much oil, or sebum. Then, a bunch of dead skin cells decide to clog up the exit, creating a plug that traps all that oil inside. This warm, oily clog, it becomes the perfect breeding ground for bacteria. And finally, your body's immune system sees all this chaos, sounds the alarm, and boom, you've got that classic redness and swelling. These are the four villains that a professional facial is designed to fight. And that, of course, brings us to our hero, the professional acne facial. Now, this is not just about relaxation and cucumber slices on your eyes. Oh no, this is a targeted, strategic intervention, specifically designed to go to war with that four-step breakout recipe we just talked about. So what is it exactly? Well, at its core, it's a non-invasive treatment. But the goal here is so much bigger than just clearing up a current breakout. It's really about managing that whole acne cycle, preventing future scarring, and just boosting your skin's overall health for the long haul by going after those root causes. This really lays out the game plan perfectly. You see how each goal directly takes on one of our villains, right? We're reducing the oil, clearing out the clog, calming down that angry inflammation, and then, this is huge, helping the skin heal properly to avoid those dark marks that can stick around for months. That's post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, or PIH. It is a completely comprehensive strategy. All right, it's time for the main event. Let's pretend we're walking into the treatment room right now. What actually happens from the moment you lie back in that chair to the second you're walking out the door. Let's go through it step by step. So a typical session is going to run you about 60 to 75 minutes, and it's broken down into these really distinct phases. From that initial chat to the final protective layer of sunscreen, you got to know that every single minute of this process has a very specific purpose. The first part of the facial is all about prep work. That consultation, it's absolutely crucial. That's where the esthetician figures out exactly what your skin needs and customizes the whole treatment. Then comes a really good deep cleanse, followed by exfoliation to basically dissolve the glue that holds those dead skin cells together. And finally, a little bit of steam helps to soften everything up and get the pores ready for the next and very important step. And this right here highlights such a critical point. Technique is everything. This is why you go to a professional. They know exactly how much pressure to use and how to clear the pore without damaging the delicate tissue around it. That gentle precision is the absolute key to preventing scars. Okay, so after the extractions are done, the main treatment phase begins. A really potent serum, just packed with active ingredients, gets applied. That's followed by a mask, which might be a clay mask to absorb oil, or a calming mask to soothe everything down. A lot of treatments now will also include LED therapy. Blue light is amazing for killing acne bacteria, while red light helps to reduce inflammation. And you never, ever, ever leave without a good moisturizer and a high SPF sunscreen to protect that fresh, vulnerable skin. So, what's the secret sauce in all these professional-grade products that makes them so effective? Let's take a look at the all-stars in an esthetician's toolkit. Two of the most common exfoliants you'll see are salicylic and lactic acid, and the key difference is this. Salicylic acid is oil-soluble. That means it can dive deep down into the pore to dissolve oil and debris. It's like a plumber for your skin, seriously. Lactic acid, on the other hand, is water-soluble, so it works more on the surface, gently sweeping away those dead cells. A great esthetician knows exactly which one your skin needs. And here are some of the other heavy hitters you'll find. Niacinamide is just fantastic for calming down redness and getting oil production under control. Zinc PCA is a real double whammy, tackling both sebum and bacteria. Azelaic acid is a triple threat. It's antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and it helps fade those stubborn post-acne marks. And then you have panthenol, which is all about soothing and healing the skin. This table just illustrates that targeted approach perfectly, doesn't it? You can see the direct line from the problem straight to the ingredient that solves it. Clogged pores, our villain number 2, you hit them with salicylic acid. Those red, inflamed bumps, villain number 4, you treat them with niacinamide and azelaic acid. This is that professional customization in action. Okay, so you've had this incredible facial, your skin is looking clearer and calmer, so how do you keep it that way? You have to remember, the treatment in the room is really only half the battle. Let's talk about the long-term plan. The first 72 hours after your facial are absolutely critical. Your skin barrier has been hard at work and is a little compromised, so it needs really gentle care. That means no sun exposure, no makeup, and absolutely no harsh active ingredients for at least a day. Your whole focus should just be on gentle cleansing and hydration to let your skin heal and recover beautifully. And remember, consistency is everything. While a single facial can give you a fantastic boost, real, lasting change comes from a series of treatments. The number of sessions you'll need really depends on how severe your acne is, from mild, non-inflamed acne like blackheads, which is called comedonal, to more moderate, inflamed breakouts, which are known as papulopustular. It's truly a journey, not a one-time fix. So after breaking it all down, from the science to the step-by-step procedure, we're left with this one question. If you're struggling with stubborn breakouts, could a targeted, professional treatment be that missing piece of the puzzle that finally connects everything in your routine and makes a real, lasting difference? That's all for this explainer. Thanks so much for tuning in.